Hi, it's Louisa Jewell, and welcome to The Science of the Good Life, helping you be happier, stronger, and more successful. Well, I took a bit of a hiatus from doing my video blog, and I've decided for 2016 that I'm going to get back on course and I'm going to be sending you some regular videos. And a lot of the videos that I'm going to be focusing in on is not only how to improve your own happiness levels, but how to improve well-being and also how to improve resilience and confidence. Now, a lot of people ask me, Louisa, how did you get through 2015? And I have to tell you that 2015 was really one of the most challenging, difficult, and saddest years of my life. And I say to them, I got through it because I practiced positive psychology. Now, let me take you back 16 years ago. I found myself in a very deep depression. My first daughter had just been born, and there were also some things in my life that had happened where that caused a lot of stress in my family, and our family kind of fell apart, and this really kind of devastated me. There were a number of things that happened sort of all together, and I did find myself in a deep state of depression. I was on antidepressants. It was really not very good. And for any of you who have had a depression, you know that it robs you of your vitality. It robs you of your ability to really engage in life and be productive in life. So one day I was watching a show, and it was the Marilyn Dennis show, and there was a psychologist on the show. And I thought, oh, yes, I should go see a psychologist. So I started to see this psychologist, and I realized after a while that he was reframing the things that I would say to him. And I thought, this guy is kind of retraining my brain. And I thought, I need to know what he knows. I need to know, is there a study and practice of psychological well-being? Something that I can learn. I mean, if these professionals know about it and it can be a cure for depression, then how come I don't know about it? How come everybody doesn't know about it? So it turns out that there was a scientific study of psychological well-being, and it was called positive psychology. So I decided to do my master's degree in applied positive psychology. I read about 6,000 pages of research. I applied everything I learned to myself. And guess what? I never became depressed again. I took charge of my own mental well-being. I'm not saying that everybody with every mental illness can do that. But what I'm saying is, for a general population like me that has a depression, there are different things that you can be doing to help you stay on course, to help you stay psychologically healthy. You know, this kind of revelation came to me the other day. I was thinking, you know, when we have a friend of ours that's had a heart attack, we say, oh my gosh, terrible, awful. My friend just had a heart attack. This is, very scary. And then, we might take a look at their lifestyle, and they smoke cigarettes, and they're, extremely overweight, and they don't exercise, and they're in a really stressful job. And then we say, oh, the doctor will say to them, well, you need to quit smoking. If you want to be able to not have another heart attack again. I mean, you sometimes doctors say you either quit smoking or you're going to die, or you need to start exercising, or you need to eat better. And of course, they're going to do everything possible to help them through the heart attack, perhaps surgery and medication and everything else that they can do. But they're also going to suggest to them that they have to change their lives in order for them to be physically healthy again and to prevent another heart attack. So what I'm suggesting is, why don't we do that for people with depression? You fall into a depression, you go see a psychologist, you might be on medications, and then you feel better. So what are you going to do after that to maintain your psychological well-being? There's not a lot of discussion around how to prevent, is there? And so what I want to do over the next several video blogs is I want to share with you all of the daily practices that I engage in to stay psychologically healthy, to stay psychologically resilient. Now, see, what happened was, when I went through a very, very dark period of my life in 2015, I used all of these resources. I tapped into all of these daily habits. I used everything that I knew to stay healthy. And guess what? I did not fall into a depression. And in fact, I was happy. I was flourishing. And I had my moments of sadness. I had days of sadness. I had weeks of sadness because of everything that went on. However, I did maintain a good, healthy level of resilience, a good, healthy level of well-being and happiness, which is just what I needed to get me through to 2016, and it's turning out to be a great year. So for all of those people who have asked me, Louisa, how did you do this? How did you get through such an incredibly horrible year? I am going to share all of those strategies with you, so stay tuned for my next video blog. So it's great talking to you, and we'll see you next time.